Hi, this is Brooks Compton, Mayor of the City of Centerville, and the Centerville City Council has just completed its first meeting of the year 2017. Our meeting started about 7:35 when I called the meeting to order, and an invocation was given, and the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag was led by Boy Scout Troop 299 from here in Centerville. Roll call, all council members were in attendance this evening, and we took action on the previous council minutes from December 19, 2016, and also January 9 of 2017. We're honored tonight to have Bruce Robertson, the Chief of Police, here this evening so that he can make a couple of life-saving awards rising out of an incident when it's occurred in December of 2016. Chief Robertson made awards to Lieutenant Matt Brown and also made award to Officer Brian Sears from the police department for their life-saving skills exercised in an individual who was involved in an automobile accident. And also two citizens from our community, Elizabeth Brown and Tracy Reed Trueblood, also participated in that event that saved the life of an individual involved in an automobile accident who had suffered a heart attack or a heart incident and was brought back to life by the actions of these four individuals. So they were recognized this evening, and we're very proud of them, and as always, very proud of our police department. Manfred Schreier, who ran the Baby Boomer Festival last year at St. Leonard's, is also going to do the World Cultural Events update for an event that's going to happen on June 10 in 2017, also out at St. Leonard's. Manfred made a nice presentation, gave us a little bit of background, and you can look up the World Cultural Event, and that will be held on June 10 here at St. Leonard's. We are fortunate also this evening to swear in Tom Ovington, who is the most recent member of the Board of Architectural Review. Tom had submitted an application to be appointed to the Board of Architectural Review, and we're very fortunate to have Tom as a member because he has served and has been a registered architect for 55 years in the state of Ohio. And when he lived in the Cleveland area, he served on a Board of Architectural Review for the city of Shaker Heights, very similar to the Board of Architectural Review that he will serve on here in the city of Centerville. So we thank Tom for his service on the Board of Architectural Review. Then we went to official reports, and it was a short mayor's report this evening, really recognizing the Centerville Washington Diversity Council for the Martin Luther King event, which occurred on January 16 out at Yankee Trace. Barbara Cross was the speaker, the featured speaker, and she did an outstanding job as she was one of the individuals who was one of the children in the 16th Street bombing of the Baptist Church in Birmingham, which unfortunately took the life of four individuals. Barbara told the story of that and also her involvement, which ultimately led to the conviction of the last of the member of the Ku Klux Klan that set the bombs, injuring and killing those people back in 1963. We then had council member reports. Mr. Beals made a report regarding some of the involvement in community activities, along with Belinda Kenley, our deputy mayor, talking a little bit about the Ohio Municipal League and her involvement and what the Ohio Municipal League is looking after this year in the legislative session, which we're all very concerned about in light of what's happened in years past. Mr. Horn, the city manager, gave a brief report, primarily because it would be a long report regarding the budget for 2017. Kristen Gottman gave the community calendar, and then we went to the report of the Planning Commission. And if you have an opportunity to watch the entire meeting, Andrew Rodney, our city planner, gave a report on the study to amend the Create the Vision plan, the long-range master plan, to add to that the Centerville Place study, which took place over the course of the last 6 to 8 months, and came up with a really good plan for the renovation of that center and revitalizing the center and bringing in some new activities in there. So if you get a chance to see that and view that section of the meeting, or go to the city, and if you like to see the Centerville plan, the Centerville Place new plan, it's a very good plan. No standing committee reports this evening, and then we went to the consent agenda. And those were, again, basic items to be considered by City Council, which can be removed at the request of one City Council member. No items were removed. The only item really of significance on that agenda, on the consent agenda, dealt with the annexation of the Brown Road property to the city of Centerville from Sugar Creek Township, which is part of the Cornerstone development. All of those items passed, including the appointment of Don Stewart as a member of the Planning Commission, and also the reappointment of several individuals to different boards within the city of Centerville. Then we went on to we took a short break, then we went on to the public hearing, which dealt with the 2017 budget. And this is an item that's a very thorough report by our city manager and the finance director, Jonathan Hudson. That's also definitely worth watching on the full meeting, because it goes through all the revenues, the expenditures of the 2017, and addresses in particular how much money the city will be investing for capital improvements, roadway improvements, sidewalks, bike paths, etc. With the passage of issue 3 in November by the Centerville voters, the council committed that it would invest a great deal of that in roads and sidewalks, and in this year we're adding approximately $1.5 million to our sidewalk and road improvement program throughout the city. So we do thank the voters, and we committed to do so in the campaign for issue 3. We will turn those dollars around to the city for capital improvements throughout the city. Then Jennifer Wilder, who's in charge of our Human Resources Department at the City of Centerville, she went through the ordinance to address the pay ranges, rates of pay throughout the City of Centerville, both for City of Centerville regular employees and also those out at Yankee Trace. In addition to the amendments to the personnel ordinance, every year Jennifer comes up with some recommendations to improve the personnel ordinance, and those items were all approved unanimously by the City Council. And then the final item that came up for our meeting this evening was a public hearing with respect to the development over at Yankee Trace, on the Grove at Yankee Trace off of Paragon Road. And this sets forth the schedule for special assessment financing, which is being authorized for pretty much of the sidewalks, the public roadways, the curbs, and the sanitary mains along this development. And that was approved unanimously by the council. We had no citizens here tonight for comments or petitions, no additional new business, and we thanked Officer Tracy Summers for being here during the course of our meeting, providing any police protection that might be necessary to our meeting, which there was none this evening. And we did adjourned our meeting at 10:15, and our next meeting will be February 20th, 2017, and look forward to having you watch the summary or the full meeting. I would encourage you to go to mvcc.net, where you can see all of our previous council meetings, this full council meeting, and any summaries from any previous meetings. Thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.
Thank you.